Alright, YouTube, we got a Returner's Magic Should Be Special. Is amazing even as an anime. Now, this is an anime that I believe was out last season, and I actually picked this up right when it came out. I never watched a webtoon. I believe it was a webtoon first or a manhwa, and I actually very much enjoyed this anime. I didn't really hear much about it. Probably it went under the radar for the most part. So I'm excited to see what this video is talking about here.
This adaptation honestly blindsided me. I only found out about it when it was around 3 episodes into the season that it aired. It surprised me because I'm a fairly avid reader of its manhwa, though I am currently a couple episodes behind.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, buddy. You must have been, you must have been, you must have been under a rock. I don't know how you could have been reading the manhwa and didn't know the anime was coming out. Hey, you're something special, my boy. You are not tapped in nowhere.
Where it currently is because I took a break at a massive reveal, so it's just entirely possible I missed an announcement somewhere. The first thing that I can say about a Returner's Magic Should Be Special's anime is that it made me tear up. A lot. It's very well adapted from its manhwa, and seeing the very start of it in action was chilling, but it made me feel so happy. There were some details that were different from the comic, but overall, I felt its start was exceedingly better. For example, Desir finding out that he's regressed to the past is way more impactful in the anime. The time before the regression is very well paced, since it takes up half the episode, and by the time you make it to his breakdown because of his realization of what's happened, it genuinely feels heavy, but with that hint of happiness from hope. If I was someone who came into the series blind,
Bro, this is... Oh, hold on. He's about to say something.
I think I'd still feel the same way about that scene as I do now.
Okay, I was gonna say, I feel like this type of anime is like the perfect example of when people like, the people that read the manga, when they get an anime, most of the time, those are the people that are always the most happiest with what was created. Unless, like, you know, the studio just does the manga horribly. But for the most part, they're never the people dooming the anime. They're never the people calling it trash, you know, because they read the manga, right? It's mainly the people that have no idea what's going on. They don't know the story. They don't know the lore. So they come in and they watch 2-3 episodes and then they start calling shit garbage. It's just like if everyone just, you know, came in and gave, you know, a chance to appreciate things, right? I feel like we would just be way better as a anime community, or even not even that, just coming in and watching some episodes and being like, okay, this just isn't for me. It's not trash, it just isn't for me. I'm so tired of seeing the word trash be used when talking about mid anime or just regular anime, bro. Just say it's not for you. And I feel like this anime in particular probably was not for a lot of people, but for the people that it was for, it is very good, bro. Very good. Sleeper anime, man.
Season covers the introduction to the series and showcases our main cast very well, giving them their time to shine when it's needed, including even the future recurring characters. Desir, despite being the main character, doesn't really take the center stage a lot during this section of the story. So it uses the time that he steps back to develop the other characters to where you'd gain at least a base understanding of them by the time it's over. One of the best parts of the early series, which translates really well into this adaptation, is how Desir is portrayed. He's a very interesting character writing-wise, and if you're not paying attention, you may even believe he's overpowered because of his ability to read people's magic. You'd be very mistaken if you believe that though, as he is the weakest person in the main cast.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he low-key says a lot of times that he's not strong, but I mean, like you said, if you weren't paying attention, you could see how you could come to that conclusion. I feel like he's one of those just well-written characters that doesn't get talked about, because you know, when people talk about characters, the only thing that they talk about is how they're generic, how they're the same. But whenever you get like a new, different character, you know, nobody wants to talk about that. You know, no one wants to talk about unique. It's always, oh, I don't relate with them now, or something else, bro.
Desir only seems strong to people because of a combination of his wits and previous experience in his original life. He's often seen struggling against opponents, especially ones he never came across originally, because his magic is pretty limited by his genetics. The way he fights is what drew me into the series initially, since he really knows how to use his small capacity extremely well, to the degree that he could win a war of attrition against someone stronger than him. The last thing I'll talk about is how it does as an adaptation overall, and the short of it is that this is perhaps the best adaptation I've seen, even when compared to manga adaptations. By the way, this adapts—
See, I'm not gonna talk on that because I'm not really a manga reader, but hey, that's a crazy opinion, I'm not gonna lie.
all the way to around episode 52, if you were curious. The anime fixes up and fleshes out a lot of the minor details and dialogues throughout the sections that it adapts. They, of course, removed a lot of the information that's redundant to have in the anime, since you can learn it way more naturally with how the plot unfolds. Also, note that the pacing in this anime feels really good.
Bro, it feels fantastic. And I remember going through this anime and like, watching people say, "Oh, this is too slow, like things aren't picking up." I feel like, you guys need to see the whole plot in the first episode. Like Solo Leveling came out and people were complaining about not having no setting, not no world building. Like we're 5 episodes in. Well, like I don't get what y'all expect. And these are same people that have watched thousands of episodes of One Piece. Like, do we not give an anime a chance to develop? Like the first episodes are supposed to be like a taste test. Do you see yourself liking these characters in the future? Coming around to the plot. But you guys don't taste test nothing. Y'all just watch the first 20 seconds and be like, this shit's ass, and never watch it again. It amazes me what the anime community is doing nowadays. Y'all just need to take a breath. Take a breath, bro. Let the shows develop. Let them develop, man.
Compared to the more variable pacing that's in the manhwa. The biggest thing you really lose out on between versions is the ascension for mages and knights, but we'll eventually be seeing more of that. It makes sense why it's glossed over, since its inclusion suddenly would just derail pacing when it can be explained better in the second season instead. A lot of the stuff that was taken out of this season can still be explained in the next one in general, since it honestly wasn't as important as some people would want you to believe. A Returner's Magic Should Be Special is one of my favorite series of all time. I've been reading it for like 4 years at this point,
Jesus,
and I'm
4 years, goddamn.
really attached to it, so I wanted to use this recommendation as an excuse to talk about it, and hopefully get more people interested that might have missed out on it when it was airing. I hope everyone will be ready for Season 2, because that's when it's gonna be really fun.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm tapped in anime community, bro. So many people said, I kid you not, so many people were like, bro, if you got through the first season, the second season's about to be so good. And like, I'm not gonna lie, they're hyping this second season up. Not nothing crazy, because not that much people are even watching this anime. But for the people that have read the manhwa, they're like, this next season about to be good. But I cannot wait for this next season. This is definitely gonna be one of those animes where whatever season it comes out is gonna have a spot on the roster, bro. But that's just me. Like, I like animes like this. This is like one of my favorite types of like storylines. Like someone comes back from the past. I mean, from the future, and they have to like redo their life. I love stories like this. I'm a story whore, and stories like this is all about story every single time. A story like this is all about the story. So this one definitely gonna have me watching. And if you didn't watch it, bro, you should go give it a chance. Give it a couple episodes. See how you feel about it.
Oh yeah, before I go, I just wanted to tell you that A Returner's Magic Should Be Special is not a Magic Academy genre series. The Academy is just its first saga, and you'll almost never see it again after that.
I thought that was obvious. Great video, Velarix. Great video. So you like the video? You'll like this one too. Go ahead and click on that. You're still here? So you don't fuck with me? Alright, I'ma just.